Yo,
Hey,
we're back, boys.
let's go.
We know it's been a long. I know it's been a long time, guys. I'm not even gonna say we because it's all on me. But yeah, I've been super busy. But we've been concocting stuff, getting some good ideas cooking.
We gotta
They're
cook,
cooking.
man.
So today we're looking at, am I the asshole? Would I be the asshole? Okay, so this is someone saying, should I do this? For excluding a family member with badly behaved autistic child from the neighborhood pool party, we gotta read this, bro. That's diabolical. That's demon behavior. Excluding a family with badly behaved autistic child. Dude, all children are badly behaved.
And I need you also to understand, like, don't call it a neighborhood party. Like, if you just don't say neighborhood party and then exclude. I'm just starting from the start. I'm saying I'm having a party, so that gives you the clearance to invite whoever you want. But if you call it a neighborhood party, I'm already leaning one way. But let's get into let's read it. Let's get into it.
Let's read this. Maybe she's just baiting us to think
Yeah.
that she's the devil. I host a monthly pool party.
Oh, it's over. you can't. Nope. Sorry.
Oh no. Maybe this kid's been to multiple of the pool parties and it's been a consistent problem. So let's see.
Yeah.
I buy about $200 in steaks, hot dogs, drinks, and book the community party room and send out invites and reminders. It's become a great way for adults to connect and catch up while the kids swim and play.
200 for good steaks. you get 4 steaks and we're all splitting them. Everyone gets a little steak.
So you're saying she's cheaping out on the steaks?
It's like, plus she's getting hot dogs and drinks.
One of the neighborhood boys doesn't behave appropriately, i.e. splashes kids in the face when they ask him not to. Okay.
Does seem like a little bit of a...
I mean, splash, like, that's not crazy. He pushes kids into the pool, calls them names, growls at kids if they win a game, doesn't follow the rules of games, and such. Sounds like all, honestly...
5-year-old.
Kid behavior, right? Yes, exactly. It's unpleasant for the other kids, and he makes the younger ones cry. His mom yells and threatens to take him home, but she doesn't, so he continues misbehaving.
Okay, so he has been here before. I feel better.
And possibly a soft parent.
He's a frequent delinquent.
I'm not well informed on autism. However, my stance is that your stance. You have a stance on autism, okay? Is that the parents are responsible for ensuring their kids behave appropriately or removing them. Instead, other parents have to get involved to yell at the kid to leave theirs alone or comfort their crying kid. I feel like the fact that you're just bringing up his autism for if you said all this stuff, I'd be like, okay, he has soft parents. His parents aren't doing anything when he's misbehaving.
Yeah,
so,
I think you're just throwing. Yeah,
that
sounds like
that's
you're throwing.
That's what's happening. The
Yeah.
autism has nothing to do with why he's misbehaving so much. His kids do that when they're given the leeway to do so.
Overstimulated at a pool party. I'm gonna do that probably.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna flash you.
I'm probably pushing a kid in the pool. Come on.
All right. After the last party, 2 of the kids asked me not to invite that boy again.
Again, normal kid behavior.
Because he ruined the day for them. I agree with them and believe that as part of my responsibility of hosting is to create a guest list of people who add positivity to the event. My husband disagrees because he thinks I should bring up the issue to the boy's parents and give him one more chance.
That's a fair take.
We can't actually exclude them since it's a community pool. And 3, he's just conflict avoidant and doesn't want to ruin relationships with neighbors.
Okay,
so
again,
she just threw her husband under the bus.
Yeah, why do you throw these pieces then?
Yeah, right.
And
he said, my husband disagrees because, I guess she didn't say he said, but she's listing reasons why her husband disagrees, and she adds in her opinion on why her husband disagrees. He's just conflict avoidant.
And not to be
which is fair.
I'm
the same way.
Off track here. You're doing this at the community, not even your own house. This is the community pool. You can't choose who comes there. So it looks like, anyways.
Yeah, pretty based husband, I think.
Oh, we get an update of what happens.
All right. Update. Thank you all for the advice. I decided to speak with the parents and tell them that I'm in a difficult position. I thought she said that I'm a difficult person. Yeah, true. As the event host, who wants to ensure my guests' safety and enjoyment, I'll explain the impact on my guests when the mom didn't remove the misbehaving boy and that I'm now hesitant to host another event. I'll listen to their response, hopefully apologetic and proactive, and go from there. For those of you debating whether I can or can't ban the family from the community pool, it's not the point here. My question was about the etiquette around not inviting someone to a reoccurring event. Even after the update, because obviously it sounds like she got... Let's scroll down here and just see... Not the asshole, okay? You don't know. I agree. Not the ass... Not the
Oh.
Nah. Not... The parents need to teach their kid how to behave, and they clearly are not. Well, that's fair, but I mean, that doesn't mean you should...
I think the approach to it, though, it makes you an asshole.
Exactly, yeah. Like, not inviting him is you being an asshole.
Yeah, like,
but the
you
kid...
didn't even touch the subject. You're just like, this has happened. I hate it. And now I want to ban them.
Right.
For life. They're banned.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I definitely disagree with all of the responses here. I thought by this... Like, she got a lot of people saying, like, you are the asshole, and that you should do what your husband said, and bring the issue up with the boy's parents. Like, she said, so I did do that, and she just hasn't hosted again.
I am still also a bit confused with all the random pieces of it. The autism, which I felt didn't have anything to do with the story, like, the entire story.
Right? Yeah.
Then you put what your husband said only to counteract and give your own piece of advice right out. Like, there's a lot of pieces I didn't understand, but I think the way you approached it makes you an asshole.
Yeah, she never mentioned anything about having any disagreements with the parents either. Like, she literally just is targeting this little kid.
Right.
And it's like, and then all the comments are saying these parents need to make sure their kids are like, need to, but it's like, so that's the parents' fault. You shouldn't exclude a child for having bad behavior when nobody's giving him the guidance that he needs.
So
yeah. Even though you brought it up, doesn't matter. Like you're targeting a little boy and you're a grown woman, so you're the asshole here.
Stamped.
Yeah.
Stamp. Asshole stamp.
Yeah. All right, moving on. For telling my wife she can't cook.
Oh,
That's based,
dude.
Man. You're a giga Chad.
Why?
You can't cook for shit.
Dude.
Let's read this. Let's read how big of a giga
Why
Chad is.
though? What had to have happened?
He's a 29-year-old male. Have been with my wife, 28-year-old female, for 8 years.
Okay.
And meals are just about the only place of contention in our marriage. But I'm scared she's going to kill someone one day.
Oh my god.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
You're becoming
He's
even
held
more...
This is built up. He's held this in for 8 years, mind you. This has been 8
Yeah,
years.
right. That's 8 years of cooking. That
Get through all the love.
8 years of
all the
missed
second
meals of
wind
him
love.
being like,
Yeah.
yum, pushing it away.
There's a lot of food poisoning that has to be happening here.
All right, background. We split the cooking in our house, 50-50.
Okay.
But when she cooks, I feel like I have to watch her like a hawk. She undercooks just about everything, especially meat.
That's crazy.
And no matter how many times I try to politely correct her, she claims I'm being picky. Every time she makes rice, I just can't convince her it's 1 part rice to 2 parts water.
Now, hold it. Rice is like a minuscule deal. You can't start with undercooked meat and then go, for example, rice. I'm like,
Yeah.
I can eat some undercooked rice or some overcooked rice. That's fine.
Also, everybody knows as you put your finger in. And,
It's
right.
just come on.
The thing is, I wouldn't care so much if it was just me, but she always wants to cook for our friends. She really prides herself on her cooking and wants to make everything herself.
Honey.
I just trail behind her, trying to make sure it's all edible, but there's usually a few dishes that I end up drastically oversalted or undercooked. Our friends will politely eat, but I noticed that they've been coming to fewer and fewer invitations for dinners.
8 years worth, so.
Things all came to a head the other night, okay?
Here we go. This
When-
is the meat.
When she went to put some chicken in the oven, and I was hopping in the shower. When I came out, she had pulled the chicken out and said dinner was ready. I was skeptical and told her that I had only been like 10 minutes. She said she pan-seared it first, so it was fine. But when I came to look, the sides were literally pink. The sides?
cold.
The sides were pink?
It's still cold.
I snapped
Well,
a
if
little.
she pan-seared it, she must have just...
Yeah,
and then...
I mean, How does pan-searing it make it? Because it's the inside that is the place that is if it's pink you should be, if the outside's pink then the inside's probably pink.
Pink, right?
But like being like pan-sear, I don't know. Like that doesn't do it. Just sears the edges literally.
Yeah.
It doesn't cook basically anything except the skin and like a small layer. I snapped a little and told her she's going to kill someone one day from serving them raw meat. Can't you see that it's pink? That's food safety #1. She said she thought it was what it was done, and it's not her fault her mother never showed her how to cook chicken growing up. I then told her, well, you're almost 30. That's no excuse for not knowing how to cook at all. Needless to say, she was pretty upset with me, and I probably could have been nicer, but I've been nice about it for 8 years, and nothing has changed. Am I the asshole? I think they're all gonna say no. Just because,
I think the way he spoke to her was a little bit out of line, and the females aren't gonna like that. They want a softer approach.
right. I think it's a sort of thing as old as, like, this whole situation is an old sort of conundrum of, especially the chicken thing. Like, I think that there's not enough information here. Because I think to really say the stuff before the chicken part, none of it matters at all. I don't think none of it. You should be helicoptering
I mean,
over
if
your
your friends
wife
stop
over.
coming over, you guys should probably have a conversation about
Yeah.
why, or maybe host something different.
That's fair.
But
The chicken part, there you did a horrible job at explaining how it was cooked.
yeah, like
If it's the thing is, some people are super anal about chicken being pink at all,
was it
and
a-
it's like it can be okay, but like it's like a chicken wing. Like people will bite into a chicken wing and see pink, and they'll be like, "Oh no, can't touch it."
right.
But like it's fine most of the time. It's just the blood seeping around in there. But chicken breasts is a different thing. But I don't think there's enough information. I think the guy here is probably super anal about sort of cooking and that sort of stuff, and that's sort of why the chicken was a tipping point, because he's sort of like germphobe, like anal about cooking, stuff like that,
Oh.
which is okay too. But I'm just saying, like,
And again, I'm gonna go with if we're on the stand, he's the asshole.
right,
I think he overreacted.
right. That's fair too. Yeah, I think definitely there was an overreaction, but I think it was because of some underlying disorder, like
Yeah, he
like
has
compulsion,
some sort of
right? Obsessive compulsion, right? So I'm gonna say not the ass.
You're gonna say not?
You're saying yes.
I'm gonna say
you're
he
saying
is.
yes. I'm gonna
Yes.
say no. Not the asshole.
Okay.
Not the asshole.
Okay.
Not the asshole. All right.
Okay, there it
But also, not everything has to be 50-50 for a relationship. Okay, whatever. You're not really
Gosh,
talking
here
about.
comes the relationship.
Not the, everybody's saying
guru.
not the asshole, right?
Okay.
Maybe try suggesting you two watch the TV show World's Worst Cooks. Dude, you cannot do that. These people actually don't know what they're talking about. I'm sad that I agreed with these people because they're bringing up stupid shit. Like, you want to watch World's Worst Cooks with your girlfriend after telling her that she can't cook?
Honey, I got a suggestion. I know you haven't talked to me in, what was it, 3 weeks? Was that this one? No, that was just telling my wife she can't cook.
Oh yeah, that was a
But
different one.
she probably didn't talk. Probably the same dude. He's like, I gotta do a different
I'm gonna
story.
do a second one because now she's not talking to me for 3 weeks. Oh man.
Same account. So yeah,
Yeah.
this is our first
think,
split one. I'm gonna stamp asshole just for the overreaction, and I agree. I think you're right.
Yeah.
There's some sort of underlying thing that he deals with that he has a compulsion about cooking.
I say no, but I'm not saying that she's an asshole either. I'm just
Right.
saying no. I'm saying
It's
there's no
clear
asshole
crap.
here. There's
Right.
some sort of underlying issue going on here with him specifically being sort of picky about these things.
Just, you know,
which
he likes
again,
things the way he likes
she pointed out early on that he was picky, which I feel like he is, but in a way that he thinks is justified because like it's about food safety and stuff like that, which
Right.
is fair to a certain extent. So yeah, I just think this one's kind of just get over it.
Yeah,
guys.
I think we gotta move on.
It's not a big issue.
Don't watch no worst cooks or whatever though. I think you move past that.
Yeah,
You don't watch World's Worst Cooks. You move past that.
That was
If
bad.
I have any one word of advice,
All right, guys, that's gonna be it for not the asshole.
not the A.
Yeah.
It's not them. Protect them kids though. Protect the kids.
Again, guys, sorry it's been so long, but we're gonna get back to regular uploads, and we're gonna we're doing. I've got some cool ideas for some new type of content.
We working behind the scenes, man. We're not here all the time, but we working.
Oh yeah.
Hey, you know the vibes. Hit that like button, baby.
All right, see you in the next video.